What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy ProGraps, your favorite wrestling shit talking Stiffy here. I'm not gonna lie, that little annoying noise you hear in the background, I got the AC and the fan on. It is 99, 100, however hot, however many degrees it is in New York City, is that times 10 right now. But my last video, way better than I thought. Thank you for watching, and shouts out negative content. But hi, my name's Adrian, and I like wrestling.
Their hearts, and now they're looking to do some breaking of their own. Watch out for these psychos.
Evolution is an awesome thing, okay? And I'm not talking about humans evolving or Adam and Eve or any of your scientific evolutions. Nah. I'm talking about Blue Slide Park Mac Miller to Swimming Mac Miller. I'm talking about Goblin Tyler the Creator, the Flower Boy, or Igor Tyler the Creator. Max B 10 years ago to Max B getting free now. Zuko Season 1 to Prince Zuko Season 3. Go! Now, how does this correlate with wrestling, Mr. Grabs? It don't. But this relates to the storytelling aspect that we're gonna tap on, which is character arcs, okay? Every great story has them, right? Character arcs are what give these stories depth. It's what makes these characters feel real to us, you know? When Prince Zuko was trying to capture Aang to get back with the Fire Nation, but he only had Uncle Iroh, which he learned to appreciate as the story went on. And we see this when, you know, he ends up using the lightning redirection move that he learned from Uncle Iroh to redirect the lightning strikes against his own father, Lord Oza. Oh my god, goosebumps. This is how. All right. We're here to talk about some wrestling though, some wrestling character arcs. You feel me? Roll the thingy.
Find out at Dorney Park. Right on.
Yankees baseball on My 9.
Okay, first things first, right? Who is the first wrestler that comes to your mind when you hear the word evolve? Go on, you know, I'll give you a little bit of a Cody Rhodes, all right? In my opinion, he's probably the most mainstream answer, you know? Now, of course, there's a million others, right? But one, that would be a long video, and two, Cody might have the most main character-ish type of arc, right? We all know his story, okay? I'm not gonna dive deep into the lore of him with the Elite or him in Ring of Honor. We not here for all that. But the story of this guy born into a lineage, and he has this overworldly amount of pressure on him, and he ends up getting released into the outside world, but he's able to rebuild himself into his own star, his own name, without relying on the lineage, and building a name for himself until that same kingdom calls him back to let him back in. That shit is beautiful, bro. You know, there's Drew McIntyre's done this too, and a bunch of others, but Cody's, in my opinion, made one of the biggest impacts because of the storytelling that the character arc brings. The story of this son of a legend being turned into a jester until he bets on himself and becomes one of the industry's biggest stars. That is a movie type of storyline, bro. And the best part is the realness in this story. The realness in the aspect of Cody genuinely got fired. Cody did not own the rights to his last name for a good while. Cody having to wrestle in gyms to then starting up his own promotion or rival said kingdom and compete against the same company that spat him out in the first place. And the finish your story literally is a real story because of the realness of the situation. Like, and evolution in wrestling is beautiful because of how relatable that is, right? One of the main key elements that can make storytelling beautiful is the relatability in these stories and the relatability in these character arcs. You see, we've talked over about the Hangman Adam Page character arc and the story of him being at the top, falling to the bottom, to then climb his way to the top again. We relate to that as fans, and we cling on to this relatability factor in these characters. At least I do. Shit, I be looking up to these men like, yeah, dad. Yeah. But I mean, some character arcs we don't really gotta relate to. Like, I think the arc of Roman Reigns' character is one of the coolest of all time. Going from the poopy big dog character to this mob boss type of figure. That, I hate the word, but, aura. Which, by the way, shouts out Shay. Game 7 was a tough loss. That Hallie injury is super devastating. That's a tough loss. Prayers up for Tyrese Halliburton, you know what I'm saying? But the Roman arc is a cool example of a long-term, slow-burning character arc. One that you gotta pay attention to his body language. You gotta pay attention to his mannerisms. Wow. Pay attention to his what the fuck? You gotta pay attention to his mannerisms and just how they shifted over time. You got the corrupted hero character of Seth Rollins going from this rebel in the Shield to turning into the Authority's little puppet for the sake of self-success and leaving his brothers behind. The underdog character arc of Mankind being this lovable underdog babyface that no one expects to win the big one, and when he does it, it's the biggest shit ever, bro. Reminds you of a possible someone for a possible world title win. I'm just saying, dog. Like, Sammy, dog, I need one world title, Hunter. Just give me one Sammy run. Now, character arcs are so important for storytelling, but also because of how they develop long-term storytelling. Biggest example as of late, Jay freaking Uso, bro. Jay Uso being a part of the beginning of this Bloodline story literally elevated his character to a freaking superstar, bro. That right-hand man gimmick took him from being tag champs in the Bloodline to being on the fence of the Bloodline, staying a bit, then again one of the biggest pops of the decade when he told Jimmy, "And I'm out too," and bam, super kick to Roman Dome, super kick to Solo's jaw. My god, this character that Jay went through in this story turned him into a world champion. Hey man, say what you want. You could say Jay can't wrestle. You could say Jay spams the word yeet. You could say Jay can't cut promos no more. All of this could be true, but what you can't say is my man was a world champion, dog. Now, with character arcs, you know, comes some risk, I can't lie. One, you can't rush a character development, right? You can't blatantly ignore your audience for years to shove a man down our throat and force us to rally behind them. Like, no, bro. And the big thing is, these character arcs, they're just natural, dog. Jay, Cody, Hangman, Roman, Drew. These are all arcs that happen naturally because of them getting over with the crowd, but also because we relate to their struggles and stories and how long it takes for them to overcome their challenges and struggles. Cody losing at Mania 39 is the biggest example of the possibility of thinking, you know, you're prepared for something when you're truly not, but you bounce back and get that dub the next time. The realism in these arcs are awesome. The stories and characters that blur the line of reality and fiction. CM Punk's come up and rise to the WWE Championship in 2011 is literally that. A man that got over, whose contract was genuinely ending, and he developed into one of the biggest stars in all of wrestling, bro. These arcs are some of the most memorable things that we as fans remember, right? And you know, we attach ourselves to these characters. They reward the audience for paying attention to the stories and development with these characters because we get to enjoy a new version of these same characters. If that makes sense, right? It's not just, oh, he's getting pushed all of a sudden just cuz. Like, no, it makes sense, and it's a great way to keep fans entertained and engaged. Something I love too about these character arcs is the symbolisms that change with these characters, but more importantly, that goddamn aesthetic, dog. One of my favorite absolute things in all of wrestling, as y'all know, is aesthetic, right? The gear, the music, the moveset you choose to have. Some shit I love in wrestling is when a character's entire aesthetic changes because of their character arc. You know, if they turn babyface, they may wear brighter colors. If they turn heel, they may chop their hair and they wear dark clothes. Like, ooh, I love that shit. Count how many times I say the term character arc, by the way. I'm kind of now realizing how many times. We gonna come up with a nickname for that term just so I don't keep repeating it. We gonna call it CA, okay? A character's CA. When Seth Rollins turned on the Shield and he went from wearing the all-black Rebelli's tactical gear to black, gold, shiny new robes like he just got pimped out, that shit was so tough. Oh my god, 2014 Seth Rollins. I need it. He got a brand new theme song, and this was right before the Burn It Down shit, right? This was just straight drums and guitar going dummy. My god. He started busting out the stomp. No. I might be wrong about that. I think he was been doing the stomp before he turned heel. I don't remember. But whatever. Honestly, a really good example, you know, y'all may give him flack now, but Chris Jericho, dog. This man has been through reinvention after reinvention and has had like 1,000 characters at this point, but I will give Chris Jericho props, you know. This man was able to switch up the aesthetic each time. From the Y2J debut, and he had the Countdown Tron, and he was hitting the walls of Jericho, WCW Lionheart Jericho or ECW Jericho to the suit wearing 2008 Chris Jericho when he busted out the code breaker, the ones and zeros on the Trons. That shit was awesome, bro. I remember hating this version of Chris Jericho when I was younger. You know, good job as a heel. And then he just all of a sudden, poof, disappeared, right? I don't know what happened to him. To me, whenever a wrestler left WWE, they died, all right? Gone, never seen again. Now, apparently, it was known all over the internet that he was coming back, and there was a leak by a magazine confirming his return. Now, Lil Pro Grabs, he wasn't a part of the IWC, so I had no idea. So when I saw the Raw recap of the Royal Rumble 2013 the night after, because your boy was not watching pay-per-views live, I saw Chris Jericho returned with the light-up jacket, and my jaw dropped. And he was a babyface. I was fanboying out. That shit was awesome. And I think the way he reinvented his character to AEW was also really good. You know, the Judas theme song, the spinning elbow finisher. I don't know what it's called. I won't lie. Judas effect, Judas kiss, something like that. I'm not gonna mention the learning tree. My go-to wash now. You know what I'm saying? The Carter 6, Vultures. Damn, man. But if we gonna talk about aesthetics, I can't lie. My man Dom, he be putting that shit on. And if you look back when he started, these look like two brand new different people. I'm not gonna lie. The pants with the tassels on the side, the cow boots, the shirt that be tucked in the front, that shit is tough. Also, this skeleton fit, I'm not gonna lie, is one of the greatest wrestling gears of all time. This shit is literally beautiful. And I know there's the inspiration of it and whatnot, but this gear is beautiful. Megan Fox, Transformers 2. Look at that mustache, okay? A character change that I think also works and is pretty good, the character of indie god Matt Cardona, okay? You see, Matt Cardona could have had the same aesthetic or the same character he had in WWE, but the development of his character story-wise, can I speak on it? No, not really. I'm not watching as much Matt Cardona, but from what I've seen, I like the idea of this guy that starts in the biggest company in the world, he gets spit out, he becomes this hardcore deathmatch king, and he's essentially like a Mad Max rogue version as he's the king of the indies outside the main promotions. Like, I don't know, I think that's a cool arc. And you know, he earned his stripes from competing in death matches with the likes of Nick Gage. Can I name you other matches? No, but that doesn't matter. The aesthetic is what we're here for. Look at this Ghostbusters gear, that's kind of cool. Indiana Jones, swag. So overall, you know, character arcs, they're a part of what make wrestling what wrestling is, essentially, from twists and turns with these characters, and they help develop the ability to tell compelling stories with these wrestlers. So shouts out character arcs. And yeah guys, I don't really got a lot. Thank you for coming to my Grab Talk today. I've been your boy Pro Graps. With that note, you know what I'm saying, if y'all like the video, I'm gonna need y'all to do me a favor and like the video down below. Comment if you agree with me or disagree with me. Tell me some of y'all favorite character arcs down below. Maybe they're not wrestling arcs. We could talk about whatever. And last but not least, y'all, subscribe to your boy, man. We are now on the road to PG 4K. Join the Grappy Cord, the Prographs Discord, first link down below. Follow your boy on Twitch, link down below. Alright people, all that out the way now. You know what I'm saying, short little Prographs video. Thank you for coming. I still don't got an outro, so I'm gonna leave y'all with a Prographs out.